Listen, brothers, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You're gonna suffer as a man, and not in the way that you think you're gonna suffer. See, as a man who's high achieving, as a man who like strives to do fucking well and tries to build himself into the best possible version of myself, what you find is that like other human beings, like you look at them almost as ants to some degree. Like there's very few people that you ever be able to like to rival with. And one of the things that you're gonna start to find, like as you get in really tremendous shape and as you sharpen your mind, and you really become like just on your p's and q's like a real general, bro. You're gonna have like primal impulses of just wanting to hurt somebody for just doing some real dumb shit to you. And see, now I understand why rich people like make so much money and they get the fuck away from most people, because they get this like you get almost a violent impulse like, bro, I would hurt you so bad if it was not for these laws. If it was not for these laws, and to be honest with you, a lot of times it's not even the laws that keep me from fucking harming people. Because it's not that I fear the law. It's just that I don't have an army yet to fucking defend myself from the fucking law. Because I would be the law if I had an army. I would just have a if you gave me about a nice population of armed men that are willing to die and go for my cause, and I kept them fed, paid, and well supplied. Oh, I would do whatever the fuck I want to do. I really would. I don't care about the country's laws. But because I don't have that type of power yet, I gotta kind of be just sit back, be meager, and chill. And that's what you're gonna find as a man is that the hardest thing to control is your violent impulse to not hurt other men that just disrespect you because they feel safe. And that's what's fucking kind of fascinating about today's time. And because in every other facet, like you can be successful. Like you're gonna have plenty of women, you're gonna make plenty of money, you're gonna be in shape, you're gonna be able to fight, you'll be able to do pretty much everything. You'll be a superhero character in real life. But the problem is there'll be so many fucking people around you that are just inadequate and shouldn't even be alive. Like the only reason they're alive is because of the work that our forefathers did to put them in a position where they can live these meager, sad existence. And because the great legacy that our past humans have done, like inventing the wheel, creating fire, figuring out shelters, creating weapons, armory, refrigerators, all those adventures that got us to the current time where you can actually sit here and listen to me through a video box as I talk to you to microplay through these things called the interwebs. Because of that, a lot of people feel like they are entitled to life. They feel like they're entitled to certain things. Like they're entitled to just be able to like walk and breathe and have food, which is not the truth at all. Life is, it takes a lot of fucking energy, a lot of calories, and a lot of people die to give you the luxuries that you have today. To be able to sit in the apartment that you have, to be able to use this thing called paper fiat money. All these things, all these things are the result of you just happening to living in this particular time period due to the sacrifices of many other men. And most people can't comprehend that level of sacrifice and they don't appreciate it. And one of the things that you learn as you develop yourself into the best man you can be is that you appreciate all the shit that you got and all the things that are around you. And because you appreciate these things, when you look at people who don't appreciate it, it fucking irritates you because they think they deserve something. Like these motherfuckers that got, like a guy that might have a job and he's a well-paid job and he works as like an engineer, like somebody like a tech nerd or something like that. He thinks he deserves this type of fucking like revenue he gets. He thinks he's entitled to it, not understanding. No, the only reason you get to even have this particular job is because so many people sacrifice to get to the point where you can have a computer desk that you can sit there and type. That somebody invented plastics. They went into the earth, figure out how to make the combination, make the plastic, the keyboards, the electric chips, and all this shit to give you the ability to sit in front of your computer and do Zoom meetings all day. So many people sacrifice themselves to get you to that point, and you think you're entitled to $100,000, and you think that people should actually give a fuck that you make $100,000, which is even the crazier part to me. And see, as you develop yourself to a man, you get man skills and you learn generalship. Those type of people fucking irritate you. You look at these people like, I would kill you if I had the possibility to kill you. But I don't. So I have to sit there and just kind of just breathe and chill out. And that's the hardest part about being a fucking top flight man. It's just not like taking your anger out on other people. And you know what? To some degree, I agree with the elites. When they do certain things like to the public and they make life harder for the public, I don't get mad. I'm just like, you know what? I would do the same thing too. Figure it out. We got to make life a little bit harder because if we make life any easier for you, you're going to turn out like the boomers. And we're just going to have a way shittier fucking, we're going to have a way shittier people. But it's just interesting, man, because the more you develop yourself, the better you become as a man. And the more you try, it's like the less sympathy you have for the general population of men. Because at some point you kind of realize a lot of them just choose to not be successful, and then they feel entitled to success because they just happen to live, and they think because their life is easy because they can put food in their mouth and water and they can drink and just be able to survive, they think they deserve more than that. Listen, brother, in this life you get exactly what you pay for. If you choose to do average and below average shit, you're going to get below average results, and that's okay. There's no problem with having below average results. Just don't fucking bitch and cry about it. I can't take that. And just don't be entitled to things that you have not worked for. One of the things that just it irritates me beyond belief is the entitledness. So, as a top flight man, if you want to become a top flight dude, there's 3 things you gotta pretty much take away from this video. Learn how to control your anger and your rage until you can develop an army to be able to wipe out mass swaths of the population. 2, understand that there's been great sacrifices that have been created from previous humans all the way from the dawn of time that have got you to the point where you can be so successful so easily. So don't take that for granted and always assume that the worst will happen and that society will collapse, and you should be prepared for that in case it does, because that will be your real time to shine in the real truth of the matter. And 3, get the fuck away from other humans, man, especially other dudes, because you're gonna be mad and irritated most of your life. So make a lot of money, stack your cash up. Don't get mad at the elites for causing inflation. Don't get mad for life getting harder for the general person, because most of the time they can't think, and because they can't think, you deserve to suffer. And that's always been the rule in the law of land, is that if you can't think, you shall suffer.